everyone, and welcome to Topic Time in October. We are just rolling through 2024, and I have some very special anniversaries coming up. I have my 65th birthday tomorrow, and it's also the 6th anniversary, or the 5th anniversary of sixth, I should say, of when I did my first show here at Area 58. And on we go. I'm now into my 15th year, and so that's that. So we also have a great show tonight. We are going, I believe, to Worcester. I have a rapper named Jerard Rice, and we're gonna about halfway through the show, we're gonna hear see a music video of his. But of course, before we get to him, gotta read these incredible underwriters. So we have Spirits and Stars, Crystals and Cards right down the road here in Carver. We have Curtis Cock here in Middleborough. Thank you, Adam. We have Mimma's Cuban Cafe in Rockland. We have New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We have Hairway to Heaven Family Hair Salon in Norwell. We have Panopticon Imaging Incorporated in Rockland. We have La Bamba Tacos and Tequila Family Mexican Restaurant in Plymouth. We have Fiesta Chara Family Mexican Restaurant in Carver, right down the road here, also run by the same person and people and family. We have Crystal's Royal Pizza in Lakeville. We have Cornerstone Barbershop in Pembroke. We have a new one, Tuck Tuck Taxi Food Truck, Puff and Pie Thai Cuisine in Lakeville. We have Countertops Express in North Attleboro, experts in the installation and removal of quartz and granite. And we have D&S Auto Works and Collision Specialist in Abington, right on the road here, up on Route 58. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now, Jerard, thank you for doing my show tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. Okay. Are you at home?
Honestly, thank you for bringing me on the show.
Oh, thank you.
I'm at the house.
Oh, you're at your house. Okay. Are you in Worcester?
Honestly, I'm in Webster, just like 15 minutes outside of Worcester.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know Webster. A friend of mine and I actually. Oh, he just disappeared. Jason, are you there? Oh, can you still hear me? Because your image just disappeared from my screen. All right, hang on. All right, now you're back. All right, good.
For some reason, technical difficulties.
Okay. All right. Just please keep an eye out, because you don't want to lose you again. If you lose you again, we got to get you back again. All right. Oh, I know Webster, because there used to be a club called the Fuzzy Grape there that a friend of mine and I used to frequent back a long time ago. I don't think it exists anymore. It was a gentleman's
Definitely club. Not, but like I'm sure it transformed into another bar or some type of little.
Yeah, it probably spot. Is. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they probably call them Mario's now.
Oh, it could be. All right. So. All right, so tell me about yourself. You're a rapper. Where did you grow up? And we're going to cover all that stuff.
Okay, Entrepreneur, musician. Am I still here? You can hear me?
Yeah, you're still there. I can still see you. I'll let you know if I don't.
All right, so I'm an entrepreneur, musician, and I would say a creative, as well as just like an activist. I try to, if I see something that doesn't seem right, I'm going to step up and say something about it. Like whether it's on a big level or a small level, small scale, big scale, it doesn't matter as long as my voice is heard.
Okay, I got you. All right. Now, what did you say? What was that first thing you said? Entrepreneur?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want? What are you an entrepreneur of?
Right now, like I'm building up like the brand that is Jerard Rice, or like Rice, my music name. But like at the same time, like I'm more than just a musician.
Right.
I've helped some people in the studio with like some of their music, but also like I come up with like so many crazy ideas. Like some people think I should do comedy and all this other stuff. So it's like I want to center it mainly around entertainment, but I wouldn't be deterred from doing like things like clothes, or even like opening up like shops that like for food. And like honestly, I'm very obsessed with like trying out new food. So it's like getting like more of like, I would say, all-inclusive market where it's like you can see and try out all these different foods that I'm trying out with some of my great and personal friends.
Okay. No. All right. So that's how you're an entrepreneur. So you like to eat. I guess you're a cook too. You ever done that?
Foodie and cook, but okay. Yeah.
Have you ever tried comedy? I mean, it might be a nice. I always say everything. It might be a nice addition to whatever you're doing now. I always say the more multifaceted you are, the more opportunities are going to open up for you.
Honestly, I haven't tried it. There was like a show I did with like a comedian, and she's pretty cool too. Like I believe it was like Thick Shit Comedy, and definitely, honestly, it was entertaining and it was a fun experience, but definitely, I don't see myself doing stand up. I'd probably be more one of those people that is
Doing
on
acting, right?
TikTok or something like that.
Yeah. Have you done acting too? Is that what are you talking about? Acting with this girl that you just mentioned?
I didn't do acting, but I have done some like drama, like when I was in high school and when I was in college. So like other than that, like I haven't done no acting.
Okay. Well, all right. Where did you go to college?
I went to Nichols College, like right down the street in Dudley. It's a
Oh,
big
yeah, yeah.
business school.
Okay. All right. So that's why so now you're an entrepreneur. All right. Well, when did you get started? All right. When did you get started as a rapper? Because when we scheduled the show, that's what you told me you were. So that's kind of what
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
on. Okay. So
No,
tell me
we're
how
definitely
that came
focused on the
to.
music.
Okay.
But I would say that I started doing the music about 6 years ago.
Okay.
When I started getting good at it, I would say that was about like 2.5, 3 years ago. Like when I
Wow.
really started getting in tune with what music really is.
Okay. And you really stayed with it too. Did you now? Do you have an agent or do you perform in venues around your area?
Honestly, I've performed at venues pretty locally and also abroad. Like I've gone as far as the UK and
Wow.
also I performed in venues up and down the East Coast.
Okay. Okay. Anything on the West Coast, like maybe Vegas or LA, New York? That's
I want to, but I think that like right now, like my focus right now is building up my catalog so that way then I have enough songs and the type of songs that people are really going to want to listen to. So that way I can go to almost any venue.
right. I understand exactly. All right. In terms of like media coverage, have you gotten any before? Have you been on TV out there? Have you been on the radio?
I've been on the radio. I've done some TV things for like Roku. Honestly, I used to even have my own Roku channel. So yeah, I've
Okay.
done a few things.
That's cool. Now, do you write your own music, or do you collaborate with others, or both, or what?
A little bit of both, but mostly I do all my own lyrics are mostly original. Like there's only one song where like someone said, "Can you recreate this hook?" And even then I replaced a few of the words in that hook because of the fact that I just can't see myself creating a song that doesn't feel like me.
Okay. Now, you just mentioned a few minutes ago that you didn't do acting, but you said you did drama. Now, is there a double meaning there in high school?
I mean, I feel like with acting, that's kind of like more of like a more mature thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, yeah, drama does involve acting, but it was more of like a curricular thing for school.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It was a class, I guess.
For college, it wasn't a class. It was like basically, what's it called? It was like almost like an after school
activity, right? It was just
yeah,
okay, okay.
like a club. It was a club
Okay.
that we got to do like an acting thing for,
Okay.
and that definitely was cool, but definitely nerve-wracking.
Of course, yeah, of course it is. All right. So have you done any sports at all? You look athletic. Played sports?
I used to play football. I tried playing basketball, but I ain't gonna lie, when I got to college and someone jumped over me catching a football, I said, yeah, my football career is over. I'm not.
Oh, really?
It's not the lot for me. Yeah.
You like a free safety and they jumped over you? Is that it?
Originally when I was in high school, crazy enough, I was a D tackle when I was in high school, but they wanted me to be a cornerback in college. So like I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I could play defense on a wide receiver because I'm good at like I'm fast and I can keep up with people.
All right, okay.
Nothing prepares you for athletes, for total athletes when you're in their realm.
Oh, I know. Well, that's awesome. Well, guess what? Jerard? We're halfway through the show, and now we're going to watch a music video that you did, and we're going to come back and talk about it. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, she bringing the bag. Oh, yeah, she bringing the bag.
Oh, Jerard, that was great. Tell me about what we just watched. Tell me about that video.
I'm gonna be honest. It's like a little bit of performance, a little bit of I would say just the scenery, but it's about like the song that I just showed you.
Okay.
Not the most recent song, but I just dropped a song earlier this year. It's called Blog It. And honestly, it's about like there's so many times that I haven't been confident, and like it just really just like lets me know that like when I came out with this song, I was like really confident in this song.
Right.
So I was just happy to show it to you guys and let you guys see exactly what we've been working on.
Okay, well, and now you get, and it made you more confident.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more confident because we have a few more songs in the vault that came out after this song was made. So it's like we're very confident in where we're going with like not only the quality of the music, but also the message from the songs and how personal we're getting with the stories.
Okay. Now, tell me about the people in the video. The other people.
Honestly, there was only I want to say like, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The models in the video were pretty cool, and I would say everybody behind the scenes that made this happen made it dope. So I really got to shout out Danson, my boy Cannon, and everybody that was there because, like, honestly, it just made it so much more better because we did not anticipate 4 models showing up and wanting to like literally make this video happen.
Well, I'd love to get them on my show if they want to do it, and if it's in person, even better if they can do that.
Honestly, I could talk to one of the people that was in the video, Megan. She actually is one of the people that she's not one of the people. She is the person that be setting up Mass Fashion Week out in Worcester, Springfield, and also Boston. So maybe she'd be a great person to interview.
That would be incredible. I'm always looking for beautiful girls on my show. That's floated me for now in my 15th year of doing it. So it doesn't mean I can't.
Don't get me in trouble.
No, you're floating me too. Everybody floats me that does my show, but I'm just saying that's always I take pride in that because it's I know it's good for ratings, and I know it's not easy to get people like that as guests because they're
not definitely. But I was gonna say. Yeah. Everybody needs a little bit of exposure, and I think that like the idea of not even only entertainment, but just like the world in general should be like one hand washes the other. It's like you put her on the show, then like obviously you're getting her into your audience, and she's getting you into her audience. And even more than that, maybe she might know someone that like really wants to be like interviewed as well, and now you just gave her the bridge to do that.
You just explained my policy of networking. That's exactly how I do it. Just like when I had Mula Monopoly on, and you saw the interview with him, and then you wanted to do it.
Nah, definitely. You see, like that's how things go.
Exactly, it's a domino effect. Now, do you have wife, kids, or any family like that?
Soon. We'll keep the future.
Oh, you don't want to mention that? That's fine. It's up to you. Okay. All right. Well,
I got people I care about.
That's all that matters. Okay. So now, what does your schedule usually look like on a given week? I mean, how much time do you spend like doing new songs and preparing shows in other places like where you might be going, like say in the next month or so? What do you spend your time doing mostly pertaining to that? How do you spend
honestly
that?
So like life is expensive right now, so I spend most of my time. Hello?
I know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Okay. I mean, you spend a lot.
So what I've been spending most of my time doing. All right. So I've been working a lot just because of the fact that like right now, financially, life is expensive.
Yep. Okay.
But I would say outside of that time, I probably spend like 25% of my time just thinking and also implementing like things into my music, like whether I'm practicing or whatnot, and looking for beats and having to look through emails from producers.
Okay.
Seeing like what kind of opportunity they might have for me in terms of the music. But then the other 25% that turns into 30% because I should be getting more sleep, but I don't get as much sleep as I think I should.
You probably don't. Yeah, pretty busy guy.
I try because if you ain't busy, then that means you ain't doing enough.
Now, are you in a band as well, or are you pretty much just a lone rapper by yourself? Or both?
I'm a single artist, but I'm very open to collaborating with other artists, other bands, other producers, engineers, and whatnot. Just that way, then we can create more music because I don't know. I'm not self-centered, none the least. I just think that music is about expressing oneself. So it's like if we can collaborate or work together and come up with an expression that hasn't already been invented, or maybe we're reinventing the wheel.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you do anything else?
I just want to.
Yeah, you just want to keep rolling it.
Outside of music?
Yeah. Like, do you paint? Do you draw? Do you sculpt?
I was gonna say I sketch on my free time, but I wouldn't say I'm much of a great drawer.
Okay.
Other people would probably beg to differ, but no, I'm not.
Oh, okay, that's cool. All right. So do you have any scheduled shows coming up that you want to mention in the next, few weeks?
Right now, me and Mula actually are working on creating a show for December 14th. Okay. And we're going to be doing it at the J Mac in Worcester right off of Main Street. And it's going to be really a good event. There's a lot of surprises, but one thing's for sure, there's going to be nothing but good vibes, good energy, and maybe a few raffles and giveaways.
Cool. Okay. Sounds like fun. And it's certainly plenty of time to prepare for it, but you have to not procrastinate, because otherwise you might lose your edge. You certainly don't want to do that.
Exactly. So that's the reason why we're on top of it right now, but mainly just trying to make sure that we get the right people on board, and also making sure that everything that we want to do is already in place.
Exactly. Okay. Do you know D. Bradford? That's Mula's manager. Do you work with him too?
Me and him are cool. We've definitely worked together in a few of the events that we've been at.
Okay.
Been in a few videos together. So yeah, he's cool people.
He is. I remember because when I had Mula on, D was with him.
Yeah, he's super supportive and super cool people.
Yeah, but he's not your manager too, right?
He is not.
Okay. Do you have a manager? I know I asked you before, and forgive me.
Currently, no manager, no agent, no label, just unsigned, and also very much independent.
I got you. Now, do you have a studio where you play? Do you have a studio in your house? Do you have a studio somewhere else that you perform in?
So I typically go to, there's a studio in Somerville that I typically go to. A lot of major artists go there as well. Okay. It's called Phoenix Down Studio, and honestly, they have great quality. And whenever I go down south, I typically work with my guy Sauce. He has his own studio as well as he's a producer. Both Kyle, who works at Phoenix Down Studio, who produces as well, have produced a couple of beats for me. So definitely, I like working with people that I can continue a relationship with.
Of course. Okay. Somerville, huh? That's interesting. That's kind of a haul from Worcester, so it must be a pretty good place to go.
Definitely.
Well, Worcester, I think where you are, you're even further away than if you were in Worcester. You're west of Worcester, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a lot of years since I've been out that way, but but you do travel a lot to make it click for yourself, which is incredible.
Southwest of Worcester, it's a little bit of a journey to get started.
Yeah. Do you have anybody that does illustrations for you? Do you have do you have a logo, something that you might post on a T-shirt or?
Oh, I have logos, like the same logo that's on my chain, right here.
Got it.
That's what's my logo right now. We're about to actually switch it up though, because of the fact that the name Rice, very common, not even only by food standards, but by even the music standards. There's so many people named Rice that I've decided to change my music name as well to Jerard Rice, which is actually my full name.
Oh, yeah, just right. Way.
It's not only is it genuine, not only is it straight to the point, but at the same time, there's no one else named Jerard Rice in the same way I've spelt it.
Right. Okay. You made sure of that. And these are little things. These are little small details that they're not that small if you don't work them out ahead of time, because you don't want people confusing you with someone else, obviously, which can happen if you have a common name. So you nip that in the butt. I get that.
Yeah, sometimes better late than never, but definitely I'm happy to have gotten on top of it now. About
Now you
to
mentioned
have to take.
okay. You just mentioned going down south. When you talk about down south, you mean like the the southern part of the country when you're going to perform?
So like when I go, like my typical down south
Because
place
you
that I
say you
love
do the
going
whole East
to.
Coast, up and down the East Coast. How far down do you go?
So so I've gone down, like I performed in North Carolina, I
Okay.
performed in Virginia, I performed in New York, I performed in what's it called, New Jersey,
Okay.
PA, I performed in Georgia, and I have not yet performed in Florida, but I've done an interview out there as well.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're in the final 5 minutes of the show. I hope you had fun talking to me. Hope you had fun
Oh,
talking.
I have. Like, listen, you're definitely a great person to talk to. You cool person, and
Thanks.
definitely make the suit fit. You make the suit fit.
I try to. Yeah, not bad for a guy with autism, I guess. That's me. And
Oh, that's crazy.
it is.
I'm actually an artist with autism as well.
There you go. See, autism is a
So,
good. If you use it as a stepping stone to reach and further the higher pinnacles instead of as an excuse for failure, you can really go a long way with it, as we both know from our own experience.
no, definitely, it's definitely been a tool in my arsenal. I actually started working with the Flutie Foundation.
Okay. Now listen.
Sadly, then not only did have they provided me with opportunities, but I also try to let people know like more about autism and what's going on with like the Flutie Foundation and like how to better advocate and better even learn or to support like their foundation.
Okay. And speaking of that, I guess you just gave a shout out to that foundation. So what I want you to do in the remaining time that we have is give a few shouts out to other people that are going to see the show, because a lot of people are once it's up online. And then we'll wrap the show up with my snap and the way we began it. So go ahead, just give it, and then we'll condense it. Just give a few shouts out to people if you want to. Just say I appreciate you all this.
Biggest shout out to my mama. Shout out to a special girl at home. You know.
Okay. That's if you had a good time with me.
And also big shout out to shout out to Cannon, because like he's captured a lot of moments in like my music career that like definitely not only are irreplaceable, but like we're just bros at this point. Like, and his birthday's coming up, so happy birthday, cousin. And big shout out to my brother, because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him. Like, M-Easy, you the man.
Thank you. Okay. And all right. And if you have any of these people you think might be good guests for my show, and also that girl, what would you say her name was? Megan, the one that's in the model?
Yes. Megan,
okay.
She would definitely probably want to.
We'll give them my digits. You can definitely, give them my digits, and we'll get them on as guests, either by Zoom or in person. I always prefer the in-person interview, but Zoom works, obviously. And that's it.
No, definitely.
Do you have anything? Before we wrap the show up, do you have anything on the horizon? I know you mentioned that December 14th thing, but do you have anything else that you want to just, make mention of that you don't want, so you don't forget before we finish it? If not, that's fine, but I always check.
Right now, we're just focusing on like making more music. I've actually delayed putting out a project, so that way then we could fine tune a few things and make sure that everything's correct with it before putting it out next year. Love Shouldn't Cost a Thing coming out soon, so check in with it.
Okay.
First thing next year.
All right. You did a great job. Now you ready? And I have one last favor to ask. Will you stick when we wrap it up? Will you stick around and let my tech guy take a pic for Facebook, and I'll tag you, and then you can tag me if you want.
Most definitely, I got you.
All right, folks. We're wrapping up the first show of October. Topic Time Nation. More great shows to follow. Stay tuned. Snapping off and rolling out. Hopefully.